What up, though? Jamillah, your PR coach and strategist here. Y'all, I just want to have a real quick talk about how publicity is defined for your business. So if you're an expert, you're somebody who has a product, or you're someone who has a service that you're selling, then we need to talk about what PR looks like for your business. Let's talk about putting yourself out there and any misconceptions that you may have about why you need PR for your business and what PR is for your business and how publicity works all together. So one, I just want to start by, usually when you're thinking about PR for your business, you're thinking about getting more people to know about you. You're thinking about getting more eyeballs on your business. The very first thing that you have to do is define what success means for you. When it comes to putting yourself out there, you really have to be like crystal clear on who it is that you are as a person. Your story, like the things behind you that you stand for, the things behind you that make you unique, like the things that you should be putting out there to make yourself relatable. So when it comes to PR, that's like getting more eyeballs on your business. When it comes to publicity, that's like getting more attention. And when you think about that, you really have to think about, how am I defining success around these things? How am I defining success when I get more attention? Because y'all know attention can equal popularity, but it does not equal dollars. So what kind of goals do you have set for your business? And one thing that I thought about was, last week I had a conversation with one of my coaching students, and she was talking about one of her goals was to be more profitable. She wanted to be in front of more people who were willing to pay for her services. So we had to come up with a strategy for her. And she's so unique and she's so dope, you guys. She's a running coach. So think about it. When you're a running coach, there's a very specific kind of clientele that you're going after, because people may go sign up for a gym membership. They may sign up, for a personal trainer, a fitness coach, but that's different than somebody who wants a running coach. That's either somebody who is training for a marathon. They want to make sure they're running properly. It's not just to lose weight. You know what I mean? And when you make that kind of investment in that kind of professional, somebody with that very specific expertise, it's so important that you know who your target audience is and you know how to get in front of them. So when it comes to publicity for her business, we had to come up with ways to get her in front of the right kind of people, because y'all, all publicity ain't good publicity. Like, just because, you got a lot of shares on your video, or because you got a public speaking engagement, it don't mean that you're in front of the right people who want to do business with you. So we had to come up with a strategy to get her in front of the types of people who could afford her services, so that they could know if they're training for an upcoming marathon in New York, she's the person to call. So you have to think about, when it comes to, how do I define success for my business when it comes to putting myself out there? How do I define success when it comes to, should I say yes to this speaking engagement? I just had that conversation with one of my students today. She called and she said, I have this really huge opportunity and it's so important that I want to make sure that it's the right one, because it's a room full of these business women, and these are the business women that I've been after, but I want to make sure that I have all of my stuff together. Now that is a strategy for success right there, because her strategy is to get in front of these people so that she could pitch a specific service, a specific product in her business. So when you're thinking about, should I get placement into this magazine? Should I go on that television show? Should I do this public speaking engagement? Like, you got to think about, is it really going to be successful to what you want? Now, some of us are out there for, popularity. Like, let's just be real. There are some people who live for the like. They live for you to tap, like on their picture. They want you to share out their videos because it's cool to go viral. But they aren't looking for, success in their business. So that's very different than the business owners that I'm talking to. The ones that I'm talking to today, y'all are experts, and you want to be able to share that, and you want it to be a profitable thing that you are sharing. So All right, let's actually dive into this. If this is your first time being introduced to me, what up, though? I'm Jamillah, our PR coach and marketing strategist. I've got over 13 years of experience in PR, marketing, and events. My zone of genius is coaching goal-driven business owners who want to get more eyeballs on their business. If you're looking to get media attention and you're looking to leverage your expertise out here to really get people to know who you are and what it is you do, I'm your girl. So today's conversation, we're talking about publicity for your business. How do you define success around that? If you put PR into place, what does success look like for you as an entrepreneur? All right. So another thing that I wanted to touch on real quick was public relations. Like, we get this confused a lot with publicity. Now, I talk about PR because PR is more than just publicity. Publicity is just you becoming popular. It's just you building awareness. That is the only thing that it does. It gets you, on the red carpet. It gets people taking your pictures. But most of the experts that I work with, most of the professionals, the executives that I work with, they want more than just publicity. They really want to convert. They really want to build up influence. So here's the reason why you need PR for your business. If you're thinking like, I don't really understand why Jamillah is always talking about PR for business, why she's always talking about public relations, why she's always talking about publicity, and how important it is for us to put ourselves out there. But the reason is because when it comes to PR is about communicating that you are the expert. Like, you have to be understood. Like, there has to be, especially when you have, an expensive service, an expensive product, or something that goes to a niche market. The two students that I talked about earlier, one's a running coach and one has a natural beauty product that really is making some significant strides out here in the market, you guys. So for those two people, they have to explain to people why, as a running coach, she's the best out there, how she helps you not be injured when you're running. Like, it's not just about, for her clients, it's not just about losing weight. So there's an expertise in that people seek out when they're looking for somebody like her. When we're talking about the person who's in the beauty products industry, for her, it's a natural skincare product that women who have overcome breast cancer or women who are striving to live a healthier life and get all the toxins in your body out, she's the person who you want to know has done the research, has worked with the chemist. So it's important for them to have their expertise shown and let people know who they really are, because those are very important aspects and very important services that they offer. One that's taking care of your body so that you don't have injury. One that's taking care of your body so that you're reducing the toxins that you take in. Like, it's important that those experts can explain and be understood in those people who need to understand the products and the services that they get. So when I say PR is not just publicity, publicity is, just getting them out there, getting them product reviews, getting them magazines, getting them to show up places, but not essentially getting people to understand why they are the person that you should rock with. Like, if you want a run coach, that's who you should rock with. If you're looking for, a natural skincare product to help you, that's who you should rock with. So that's why it's so important that you communicate to be understood. And that is public relations. That's not a part of publicity. Publicity is just getting your name out there, just getting you popular. So I always say that PR is so important to the individuals that I work with. And then we also need to talk about, sorry, I need to glance at my notes, make sure I was still on track. But PR is also being able to communicate so that you're relatable. Now, we always talk about being an influencer. Like, that's like the buzzword right now, right? I want to be an influencer. The influencers are getting paid to rep brand names and to, do these really fun things. How do I build up my influence? Now, that's a huge part of PR and publicity, building up your influence. And it is because, one, you're out there. One, you have to be visible. If you're visible, then it gives people the opportunity to understand who you are. They understand you as an expert. They understand what your business does, your services does. They understand what your products do. But it also helps you become relatable. Like if you really want to build influence, you have to be relatable in a way that people can say, you know what? She talked about her work day, or she talked about the clients that she worked with, and I can really relate to that. I can relate to the problems that she solves. So that's a huge part of PR. And that's a huge part of PR, just not being publicity alone, because it takes it a step further to showing people behind the scenes, to showing them why, you know, your thoughts, your processes, your business, why that stuff truly matters. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about was being able to communicate your value. Like that's a huge part of public relations. So when it's understood that you're an expert, you have influence, you want to start making sales. You want to start getting money and pay for, you know, what it is that you provide. If you're a run coach, you want to get paid for that. You have a beauty product, you want to get paid for that. So you have to be able to have casual conversations where you get to pitch yourself. And a huge part of that is really understanding your audience. And it's also really understanding your personal story. So you have to be able to give people that value. Like I always say, everything is a pitch, right? And I say that because it doesn't matter if you're trying to like get your kids to go to bed at night. Maybe you got some toddlers and you're trying to like coax them into going to bed. It doesn't matter if, you know, you're talking to somebody who wants to invest in a business. They don't know if it's your business that they want to invest in, but, you know, they're out here trying to figure out what value do you really offer. Or maybe it's a customer who may need what it is that you offer. But why are they going to pick one accountant over the other? So you have to be able to talk in value about your business. You have to be able to pitch yourself. And I don't only say that pitching is limited to media outlets. Like I know that a lot of people are like, you know, pitch yourself for publicity. And, you know, you got to pitch yourself to the news reporters and media outlets and magazines and newspapers and TV shows. Pitch yourself. There are very important pitches that go to opportunities outside of media attention. So you have to know how to capitalize on those opportunities, you know, as well as capitalize on media attention. But you just have to know how to have conversations with people so that they understand the value and what it is that you have to offer. That's a huge part of public relations. There are entire departments at large corporations where their job is to simply communicate the value of the business and the value of the company. So as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, be sure that you have that understanding in your business when it comes time to talking about value, when it comes time to talking about why somebody should pick you over somebody else. All right. One more thing. I got a couple more things. Like, let's just keep this conversation going. I'm liking this right now. When we're talking about, I hear a lot of publicists or PR firms or public relations professionals who say that publicity does not equal sales, right? And I think that's true because, like I said, publicity is only giving you the brand awareness. So in that, if publicity doesn't equal sales, why would you want it? Like a lot of people are thinking like, well, why am I going to spend my time learning about how to get publicity? Or why am I going to spend my time, you know, getting this attention, showing up in magazines, showing up on the radio, showing up on podcasts? Why am I going to get publicity if it's not making me sales? And some people are so frustrated with that because maybe they've worked with a PR firm in the past, or maybe they've worked with a publicist in the past, or maybe they've hired an entire PR agency to handle this aspect of their business, but what they thought it was going to translate into was sales. Now, how many of y'all felt like that before? Let's be honest. I know I get this all the time where I'm working with a lot of executives. And one thing that they say is, you know, I hired this agency and I was paying a lot of money. Like that's what they always say. I was paying a lot of money. And usually that starts at like $2,000 a month. So, you know, it is a lot of money, especially to an entrepreneur or a small business owner. So you want to know, if I'm investing $2,000, like what is that ROI for real. Like, how did I spend this money and it's not equaling sales? And really, I do hate when PR people say publicity doesn't equal sales, because the only thing that tells me is they didn't actually use a strategy to reach the client's goals. So like when you're working with me, for instance, one of the things that I always ask, and I ask this all the time, is, you know, what is your goal? What are you here for? What are you on this coaching call for? What did you sign up for this program for? Like, what is the actual goal? So like we talked about earlier, if your goal is sales, I need to be sure that the publicity that we go after, the speaking engagements that we go after, are going to put you in a room in front of the people who are most likely going to see your value and pay for it. So publicity does equal sales when you've lined it up like that. But if you haven't figured out what your goal is, that's why I said, you know, very first thing, how are you defining success when it comes to putting yourself out there? How are you defining success when it comes to PR and publicity for your business? If you're an entrepreneur, how do you define success? That was the first thing that we talked about in this video, simply because if you are going after something as a goal, if you say it's sales, then we need to figure out how to get you in the right rooms. We need to figure out how to get you on the right stages, on the right podcast, where you can get that client, where people are going to know your name for the thing that you offer. You know, like PR needs to flow with everything that you do in your business. If everything that you do in your business is a separate silo, you know, PR is separate from marketing, marketing is separate from advertising, all of these things are separate from your branding. Yeah, it's going to be a rocky road, sis. It is going to be rocky because you're doing all of these things separately, when really you have to focus on that brand messaging so that you can do everything else in your business. Until you get good at telling your story, until you get good at pitching from stages, yeah, none of this is going to translate to sales, and none of this is going to translate to the things that you need in your business. Really, you're just going to be wasting your time, because what you created was a half-ass strategy. You didn't figure out all the way through. If publicity was the thing that you were going after, but sales was your goal, you got to bridge that gap. You have to figure out where the difference is between the two and how to map your way to what you define as success. So in that, all I really can say to you guys is we have to stop using old tactics that used to work before the digital and social media age that we're in today. So, you know, if you're going with, right now, you guys, y'all can Google PR for your business, and everything that you Google right now is going to show you old tactics. It's not going to show you how people are doing things right now. And it's because people are still writing, you know, articles about, you know, if you want publicity, you got to pitch to the media, and that's going to help you grow your business. But how many news articles do you scroll past on CNN.com? How many news articles do you scroll through, you know, when you're flipping through Essence magazine? How many people are writing blogs and you see them sharing it on social media? Some you read, some you don't. So you have to be strategic in where you're placing yourself. Otherwise, people can be scrolling past, you know, your publicity. So it has to be a goal that's really going to reach the people in the places that they are, the ones that you need. You know, like we talked about with the run coach. If she's looking to work with lawyers, we need to be putting you in publications where lawyers are, because those are the people who you are training for marathons the most. They stay in shape out of the office by running. So where we gonna put you, girl? So real life, I want you to think about that. It should be full circle. It's not just one thing. For instance, I had a client, a cigar bar. And one thing that we wanted to do was showcase the cigar bar for actually being a place where gentlemen came, where they dressed up. Like, you know, right now there are so many like sports bars out there that men can go to watch the game. But what if you wanted to like level up in class? What if you wanted to put on your bow tie and say, you know, this is the place where the gentlemen go. It's not too crazy. It's a nice chill spot. I can have a nice smoke. So we created an influencer campaign of local men, and we had them all dress up. It was it wasn't a black tie event, but it was definitely a dress up, show up and show out event. And how to communicate that into what we needed to happen for that client. That client, we wanted them to, you know, be on the top review sites. We wanted them top on Google. We wanted them on top on Yelp. So when men are looking for cigar bars, this place gonna pop up before everything else. So we needed an influencer campaign that was gonna do that. So if you're thinking, how do I become an influencer? How does my business get on top? You got to work with the right person to get you the strategy that's going to get you there. And one thing that I always see with a lot of people is usually they're running on a couple excuses. And one of those things could be, you know, I can do it on my own. But of all the strategies that I've shared with you guys in this video today, a lot of people don't come up with that on their own. You have to work with somebody who has those 13 years of experience in PR, marketing, and events to get you there, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So another excuse that I see is, I don't got time. Especially when it comes to like, when I'm talking to my coaching students or students who I'm thinking are a good fit for my coaching program. It's an 8-week program. We work one-on-one together. And they say, you know, like, how much is that time commitment? Because I ain't got time. Like, I got kids, I got a career, and, you know, like, I travel all the time. I don't have time to basically be my own publicist, because that's a whole job within itself, right? Yeah, I totally agree. I do not tell people to be your own publicist, because if you are your own publicist, then who is the business owner of your business? You gotta be the CEO. You can't be the CEO and a publicist. It's a lot to do. So when I hear people say, you know, I don't have the time, I know I need PR for my business, I know I need to put myself out there, what is it that I can do and how much time is it gonna take? I'm going to tell you. Seriously, my students work with me. We get on a call once a week for an hour, and then you're given 2 hours worth of tasks and assignments to get things done over the 8 weeks and make it happen how you need it to happen for your business. Like a lot, no, not even a lot. All of my students, everyone who I have worked with, they all have kids. And y'all know, if you have kids, there's a father that's in the group, and he's got to take his kids to baseball practice. He there at night, then he come home and he's like helping with homework. Like, come on. Moms out there, they're all active moms, and most of them are executives. So they have crazy travel schedules. They have sales meetings and team meetings that they have to go to and travel and navigate throughout the day. So if you're an executive and you have kids, but in my program, you're winning, then you have to know that you aren't using that much time to do it. What it really is on average, it's 2 very productive hours that you need to focus in your business. And I'm going to tell you this, if you ain't got 2 hours to focus on building your brand awareness, you don't have 2 hours to focus on your storytelling, you don't have 2 hours to focus on communicating yourself to be an expert, you don't have 2 hours to build influence, 2 hours to figure out where and when and who and how you should pitch for sales, how you should pitch for media attention, then like it's one of those situations where it's like time versus money. And you don't get time back. You do not get time back. So either you got the time or you have the money to hire somebody to do it for you. But like I said before, some of those problems with getting somebody to do it for you is you don't even know what to expect. You don't know what a publicist should be doing for you. You don't know what a PR agency should be doing for you. You don't even know if you're getting the bang for your buck. So in that, I invite you guys, have a conversation with me. Click the links around this video. Let's talk about it. Let's get together. I have master classes that you can take for free. I have videos that have training for you guys. Click the links around this button. Check out one of those. What's going to help you best? Maybe you want to book a call and figure out if PR, if publicity, if putting myself out there is going to be the right thing for my business. What does that look like? So I want to talk to you. I help you achieve publicity that really makes sense. Like I said, you don't just want publicity, and all publicity is not good publicity. If you want publicity that equals influence, if you want publicity that equals sales, if you want to be more than just popular, if you don't want to follow half-ass strategies and half-ass goals, click the links surrounding this video. I would love to talk to you because I help you achieve publicity. I help you achieve publicity that makes sense. And we can talk about it makes sense and it makes sense. Coin. So I'm Jamillah, your PR coach and strategist. I love to chat with you. I've got 13 years of experience in PR, marketing, and events. I love to help you get more eyeballs on your business. Let's talk soon. Bye, y'all.